The Bears offense still needs a lot of help at the wide receiver position. The Bears defense has developed into a top 10 unit. That has become reality, at least for a large stretch of this season. The offense, though, still has a ton of issues. I'm not going to make excuses for anyone. We're here to talk about this offense as a whole and how to fix it. Luke Getsy's play calling has not gotten the job done, but he has gotten better recently. Our offensive line has not played up to their potential. We need guys to stay on the field, and Nate Davis has to figure things out. Justin Fields has shown a lot of development, but he's also not been good enough at times, especially protecting the ball in the fourth quarter. He still has things he needs to get better at, but the simple fact remains he still needs help. Other than DJ Moore, we don't have a single receiver on this roster that is reliable. Chase Claypool was a complete bust and is gone. Tyler Scott has been non-existent. Velus Jones has had more success running the ball than catching it. Equanimeous St. Brown has been hurt almost all year, and Darnell Mooney has been a huge disappointment. I love the Moon Man, big fan of Darnell Mooney, but he's not been anywhere near as good as I expected in 2023. He is not making the plays that he has made in the past. He's dropping catches he would usually make. His blocking has not been very good, and he leads the team in drops. In 58 targets, Darnell Mooney only has 29 catches. Last year, he had 40 catches on just 4 more targets. Mooney is now heading towards free agency. He will be out for tomorrow's game in Green Bay, and his future in Chicago is up in the air. I hope he comes back, but I think he may get paid more or find a better fit on a more pass-happy offense. I do like Darnell Mooney a lot, and I would love to have him back as a wide receiver 3, but simply put, we need another legitimate receiver on this offense. Let me go into more detail. I've heard a lot of people talk about how Justin has a top 10 receiver and a top 10 tight end now, and there should be no more excuses, and it's time to move on. But our wide receiver room outside of DJ Moore has been atrocious. The Fields to DJ Moore connection has been real. DJ has his career high in receiving yards at 1,300 heading into the final game of the season. He needs just over 200 yards to break Brandon Marshall's single-season Bears receiving record. Fields has been a stud when he's targeting DJ Moore all year. He's thrown 8 touchdowns to 0 interceptions for over 1,000 yards and a QB rating of 97.5 on the year. And this is their first season together, an absolutely special connection. Fields has also connected pretty well with tight end Cole Kmet, but I'm talking about our other wide receivers. When targeting Darnell Mooney, Equanimeous St. Brown, Chase Claypool, Tyler Scott, Velus Jones Jr., or anyone else that's been in, things have not went well for this Bears offense or for Justin Fields. On the season, when targeting any receiver other than DJ Moore, Fields has thrown 2 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. His yards per pass dropped from 11 yards down to 5.3. He's only thrown for 675 yards to the entire rest of the receiving room, and that's including over 100 yards and a touchdown to Chase Claypool early in the year. Fields has a 54.8 rating when targeting other receivers, and it's actually went down since we traded Chase Claypool. His 2 touchdowns on the year, one was to Claypool and one was to Darnell Mooney. That's it. On top of that, our receivers have 19 drops on the season. 19. People want to say Fields can't throw with anticipation, but he does that. It's just he can only do that with one receiver on the roster, and that's DJ Moore, the only guy he can trust. This comparison was mind-blowing to me. On paper, our receiving room doesn't look that bad outside of DJ Moore. We have Darnell Mooney, a speedster who has a 1,000-yard season on his resume. Equanimeous St. Brown, who's a great blocker and a big possession threat. And then 2 youngsters in Tyler Scott and Velus Jones Jr. who can fly and stretch defenses. However, every one of them other than DJ Moore has just been bad this year. I don't know how else to put it. Mooney is the guy who has made big-time plays in his first 3 years, but he failed to do that this season. There just seems to be something about Luke Getsy's offense that does not mesh well with Mooney. And then the other guys have just not stepped up at all in 2023. ESB has been hurt, and Tyler Scott has dropped as many passes this year as Velus Jones did last year. We need another legit weapon at the receiver position. We also need better pass blocking from the offensive line, and somehow for those guys to figure out how to stay healthy. DJ Moore has been a legit #1 target, and Cole Kmet is a great possession threat when he's not blocking. But to me, it's clear that adding another wide receiver or two this offseason should be Ryan Poles' biggest priority. And then next up on the offense, I think we have to get better at pass blocking. Yes, this offensive line has gotten better, but they're still not in the top 20 when it comes to pass blocking. This unit is much better at run blocking than they are pass blocking, and we need better pass protection for Justin Fields to take that next step. I think it would also really help if we could have the same offensive line for more than 2 straight games, but that's something I won't spend too much time on right now. I trust in Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham. They are two very intelligent football minds that are leading this organization towards a better future. I am just a die-hard fan that thinks about things logically and watches a ton of tape. I do think Justin Fields needs to get better, specifically at protecting the football late in games. I, however, do not think he is anywhere near his ceiling as a passer or a player. I trust in Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham to make the right decision this offseason. Whether that means I'm right or wrong, I don't care. I want what's best for the Chicago Bears. To me, that is to continue to build around Justin Fields, adding more playmakers to the offense and improving the offensive line. To me, that makes us a very dangerous team in 2024 and beyond. We have our final game of the season coming up tomorrow in Lambeau Field with a playoff atmosphere. I think this is going to be a huge game for this young team. And with Darnell Mooney out, Colin Johnson, the 6'6" receiver, has been promoted to the active roster again. He could make another catch or two, but hopefully somebody can step up. Whether it's EQ, Tyler Scott, or Velus Jones, I don't know. But we really need a receiver to step up if we want to win in Green Bay tomorrow. I think this is a perfect opportunity for Ryan Poles, though, as this is one of the best receiving classes I've ever seen heading into the 2024 NFL Draft. It's topped off by Marvin Harrison Jr., but there's so many guys with first-round talent like Malik Nabers, Keon Coleman, Adonai Mitchell, Rome Odunze. It's just a special, special year, and to me, it's our biggest need on this entire roster, so things are falling together perfectly, and Ryan Poles should be able to fill our team's biggest need this offseason and do a lot more. No matter what he does this offseason, I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. FGB. Please remember to hit that like button for me, and until next time, bear down.